So you're not actually on the Final Four pay-per-view, but your tag team partner Vader winds up having a hell of a performance, but most famously gets a nasty cut.
Yeah.
That makes the cover of Raw magazine, and man, it has everybody talking. What'd you think of the match? As a rule of thumb, I've heard guys say that, you know, four ways can be a cluster, but that was about as good as one could
Really
be.
good, and it was Leon. Man, you would just think if Vince is now, whether I don't know, is Vince calling that match? Whether he's calling it or whether he's watching backstage, and I think he would have been calling it. He's still, you're completely captured in that 13-inch monitor. You're calling what you see on the monitor,
right,
not what you see in the ring. And that's what makes, you know, jumping ahead, that's what makes being an announcer so difficult with Vince being in your ear, because you're trying to live in that 13-inch fantasy world and bring that alive for the viewers, and that's difficult to do when somebody's in your ear. But regardless of whether Vince was watching on the monitor, ringside or backstage, you would think he would see, all right, this guy's money. That was a great performance. I was there. I was there with my wife and my two older children, because it was in Chattanooga, which was only 2 hours from Atlanta, where I was living at the time. We drove there. I think I was expected to be there, even though I wasn't on the card.
It's the Chyna debut, too.
The Chyna debut. She shook Marlena like a rag doll.
Yes.
And that was the first night I met Chyna. And my wife was so complimentary of Joni. And Joni was like soaking it up because she didn't know, you know. She said, really? Do you really think so? You know, my wife's telling her how impressive it was. And thus began, you know, for me, a great friendship with Joni, you know, seeing her backstage after that big debut. I think, was it Triple H and Too Cold Scorpio that night? Or
well, Goldust was out there.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. But, oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm jumping around. But I do know that I was in the audience. It was another indication that the Cactus Jack character wasn't as widely known, because now not only am I watching, but I'm watching it as a guy who's on TV every week, but I've got a baseball hat.
And no mask.
I've got no mask. My hair's all pulled up under my head. No one sees the unique Mankind hairstyle. And I'm pretty much able to watch that match as an unknown, because only the diehard Cactus Jack people are going to know. Again, we're sitting in a section, you know, hats pulled down. I'm watching with my kids, and Leon puts on, you know, a great performance.
For sure.
The Steve Austin character is catching, you know, has caught fire. It's really something. But even though, you know, we're coming to a head with Bret and Steve just a month before Mania, to me, Leon steals the show that night.
And what's crazy is he doesn't have major plans at Mania. Taker's going to become the man at Mania, and Austin and Bret are going to steal the show. And Vader, well, you're off to do tag stuff now. It feels weird. But the next night on Raw in Nashville, Sid winds up beating Bret Hart to win the title. So the plans are in motion now. It's going to be Sid and Taker headlining WrestleMania. Austin and Bret are going to be underneath. I think in hindsight, everyone remembers the Austin Bret match more, but the Mania show is all about the world title. It's got to go on last. And even if it wasn't the original plan, not a bad deal to celebrate The Undertaker and all his time there, right?